Making millions of dollars, and the victim's family have not partaken. None of those profits. Took your clothes, gave you this. Took your language, gave you this.
100% way to survive jail or prison. Don't go.
Build your credit up. Why you need credit?
Then 12 years goes by and you don't even get a chance to go up for parole.
So let's get into this. Listen, we in VA. The governor, his name is Youngkins. I don't know what state you in, but when you talking about law and order and justice and all these things, pay attention to Virginia. You know what I mean? Pay attention to the struggle in VA. You know, pay attention, man, to what's going on. You have a governor, man, that he wanted to recommend some changes to a parole bill that's out now. He wanted prosecutors to be allowed to weigh in on release decisions. The prosecutor. Now, the man that prosecuted me in court, right? First of all, we know this hypocritical system. We know it's called justice, but it's unbalanced. You know, that's why I can't stand the criminal justice system. I'm not one to advocate that I don't like the law. Understand my language. If we live in a civilized society, we're going to need law and order. You know what I mean? First thing was created was motion. Second thing that was created was law and order. Because anything in motion without law and order would crash, burn, and destroy at some point. So I'm for law and order, right? Right? Now this justice thing, I hate the criminal justice system because it's not fair and impartial. And it still reflects those that founded this system, right? And it was never just and impartial, you know? It was actually illegal. It was criminal. And it's sad because we have a governor, man, that he wants the prosecutor that prosecuted us, this guy, that guy, to weigh in on my release. Well, hell, if you go back to listen to what the prosecutor said about me at trial, he would never vote for me to be out.
Right.
Right? He said, I'm irredeemable. I'm a career criminal. I'm whatever. How can this guy who has never walked a day in my shoes,
Right.
who has never lived in my neighborhood, who has never been impacted by the things that I grew up around, have a say? Now, for you to prosecute a trial based on evidence is one thing. To draw your opinions and conclusions based on the evidence that's before you in the trial that you're prosecuting is one thing, right? But for you to have an opinion on my release long term, I've done 26 years, 8 months. He's done 30 years. For you to have an opinion on that release after that, please.
Well, that to me anyway, that don't even make no kind of sense. But I'm gonna tell you why even it make no kind of sense. If the prosecutor had that much authority, why would you need a judge?
Exactly.
The judge does the sentencing. The prosecutor states the case, the facts or the non-facts. The judge does the sentencing either or the jury.
Yeah.
So he don't even have.
It's double jeopardy.
Right. He don't even have a say in how much time you get. Why should he have a say in when you should get out?
You getting 2 bites at the apple. If you ain't give me a life sentence and they gave me 30, but you get to speak when I've done enough time to qualify me for release, then that's 2 bites at the apple.
Right. Right.
Because you wanted life anyway.
And look at how many people did a prosecutor might have recommended the death penalty for was superseded by a jury or a judge.
Exactly.
So if this prosecutor felt like you should die, when would he ever feel like you should get out?
He's gonna come and finish you off.
There is no.
This is the mentality of those that's in place. The governor and his cabinet, they don't want nobody out, right? You dog Adrian Bennett, the sister that let brothers out, gave brothers a second chance.
Did what she was told to do.
Did her job,
Right.
and guess what? 90-some% of the people that she let out are out here living a productive, tax-paying life.
Right.
That's helping to
people.
fight against gun violence and gang violence and all of these things. She started that movement.
Absolutely.
She took all the heat.
Absolutely.
Right? But this lady started that movement, and now you have even their biggest thing was Vincent Martin.
Yeah.
With the police killing or what have you, that he still maintained his innocence.
And he ain't been nothing out here.
And
but
he out here a part of the movement, a productive
yeah.
citizen trying to end violence and things of that nature.
Yeah.
Right? So that's hypocritical, and it's a smack in the face for a country that you and I sitting here is evidence that a crime was committed.
Right.
The only reason we sitting here, our DNA on this soil, is because a crime was committed. Right? We got a short memory. And then we live some privileged life. You create circumstances, conditions, and all of these things, and you had the audacity to sit back and try to tip your nose or judge somebody long term.
And you talking about a prosecutor going back and weighing in on somebody to get out when it may be 25, 30,
How
40,
biased is that?
40 years later, this man done prosecutor however many, and then look at how many prosecutors did you done came back and they had to clear all these cases because he was fired.
Yeah.
Because he was fired, because he was doing this and he was doing that. Look at how many prosecutors been locked up theirself for, wrongdoing or whatever. And they done set in judgment on all these people and gave all these people hundreds and hundreds of man years.
How biased is that?
Man,
I'm fighting exoneration now with a prosecution that seen the physical evidence, exculpatory evidence that I'm innocent and allow me to go to prison.
Right.
You mean to tell me you want this actual prosecutor, you know what he did? He wrote an extensive letter when they put me under parole, Howard Gwynn office, he did do that, asking them to release me after my lawyer took him all this information and showed him I was innocent.
Right.
Right? So you asking prosecutors to weigh in on release decisions.
Yeah. Well, just do away with the judge.
Do away with all that foolishness and get a prosecutor the jurisdiction to overturn these cases that they know they messed up on right there. To go back to the circuit court, give them the jurisdiction. If you're going to give them the power to weigh in on the release of somebody on parole, then you give them the jurisdiction back to deal with these cases that they know they got wrong.
Right.
That after years, they've changed their heart and they want to do the right thing. You give them that jurisdiction.
Yeah, and it ain't
to
too
do
many
that.
of them, but it ain't too many of them.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times they make their decision and they stand on it and they know they wrong.
And they know they wrong.
They stand on it because they don't want to be wrong and they don't want to be wrong in the public eye.
That's what Howard Gwynn told us, says out of his jurisdiction. Give him jurisdiction back so he can fix this case.
Yeah, man, we got a lot to talk about, man. We gonna get to it. We gonna start getting to these hot topics a little bit more, often with y'all, man. So y'all stay tuned, stay locked in. Y'all go check us out on other platforms, Troy Catchmore.
Yes, sir.
And everything that he got going on all social platforms. Check me out. Banky Pound, 33 years of prison stories on YouTube.
Yes. And y'all brothers, hold y'all head in there. Keep doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Keep fighting.
It get greater later.
Stand up. Don't let them break you down. Don't let them get your spirit. Once they get that, fight all the way in the end.
Yeah.
Believe that.
Swing and keep swinging. Y'all TBP
we see
salute, man. We out here. Be safe, be smart, make good decisions.
Shout out to Norfolk State, too, yo.
Yeah.
A lot of teeth.
Making millions of dollars, and the victim's family have not partaken. None of those trusts took your gold, gave it. Took your language, gave it.
100% way to survive jail or prison. Don't go.
Until you credit up why you need credit.
Then 12 years goes by and you don't even get a chance to go up for parole.
Supposed to die so many times, guess that's my afterlife. A lot of shit ain't work for me.